Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are watching Off the Track, and it is time to drop the hammer.
Yeah.
Now, the next one that we need to talk about is actually from 2015. I guess it was my second year being in the 250 at the West Coast Nationals.
Yeah.
And it was probably your third, I think.
It was my third, second to last year.
Yes. Yeah. Before you moved up out of the class. And maybe you could tell a little bit about this story because we were both actually racing for a good period of the A-main event.
Yeah. I know this Nationals in particular is when we kind of started to put our 250 program together, and we were getting really fast. And I remember, racing good. I don't quite remember what we qualified and stuff. That was so long ago. But I do remember the racing. The West Coast Nationals track is kind of unique as well because by the time the mains come around, it's rubber. And at the time, Red Bluff wasn't really known to going rubber. It was known to going dry slick. And then now we're racing on rubber in the 250s, and then in the opens, we're really rubber down.
Yeah, we're racing on it on a regular basis.
And now that, So now at our time, we were like, hey, this is the slickest we've ever raced on. So we had a 3 on for sure. And I know we were dicing it up quite a bit. And then we were all around the top 5. And then I think, is this the year you were racing pretty hard with the leader? And I think I was sitting third. And I watched all this happen in front of me.
Yeah, so I led a good amount of the race. I started on the front row. I was next to Tanner Carrick, and I think we had a little battle at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like Bennett said,
I was third or fourth.
It was when
right
everyone
there.
was experimenting with harder tire compounds.
Yeah.
Well, I got some advice from some open guys, so we had a 33 on, which is a harder tire compound than an 11.
Yeah.
Tanner Carrick had an 11 on. You had a 33, and I think a couple other guys might have had a harder tire compound as well.
It was not common to do this back
It was
then.
not, no. So we kind of tried some stuff. We really tightened up my car, and I was flying. I got out front because I had so much speed because my car just was locked into the ground. My tire wasn't fading at all. It was actually getting better.
Yep.
And on a late race restart, 3 laps to go, I decided to go late in the box, and me and the 83 hooked, and it sent me into the wall, and I got hit by at least half the field.
Yeah.
I'm flipping, and it was actually one of my harder wrecks where I wouldn't say I got injured, but just how I landed. I mean, it did not feel good. It took me a second to get off the track. So I led 27 of the 30 laps, and I was like, man, what do you do? Almost won the race and you're that close.
Not only that, this was like one of the hardest things for me is knowing that the race is at the end, and that happened. I watched you, and obviously Tanner's like my best friend, and I see this happen. Well, I actually took the lead off of that, and I was leading coming down the backstretch, and they turned the red flag on. Well, Tanner, I think, who you got together with, got out of the wreck, and so Tanner wasn't charged with the spin.
The race reverted back a lap.
It reverted back a lap, so that put me into second, and then Tanner was on the pole. And at the time, was it California restarts? I believe it was.
Yeah, California restarts, so he was leading the race.
And I was down on the bottom. So, I always look back, and it's always you shoulda, coulda, woulda. And I always think, dude, I should have went to the top. But back then, it's like it's so slick. The cars didn't really handle the best when everyone's just training on the bottom so fast. And I remember what was happening is his tire was corded. It was down to the cords.
11 burned off completely, and he was blowing up.
Right.
A bunch of oil was coming out. It was smoking the whole field.
I couldn't see nothing. He was smoking for the final couple laps. He was corded, and then I was just on him literally the final couple laps, and I was like, if he would have got charged with that, I would have picked up my first West Coast Nationals win because you two got together. But that was just, one of those things you just got to bite the bullet and take second there because I didn't, I'm a clean racer. That's why I kind of pride myself on, and I wasn't going to turn him because I've just never, thought to turn someone to win him. I should have probably got him a little loose, but we came home second.